Happy birthday! Happy birthday, everyone! Happy birthday!
Whose birthday is it?
It's someone's birthday out there. This is Movies Are Real. We are a birthday podcast.
That's not remotely true.
Top celebrity birthdays of the day.
No. We are a monthly movies podcast where we talk about the movies of the month prior and what we're looking forward to in the next month. It is the beginning of February. We're going to talk about the movies of January. Talk about what's hit in the streets on Valentine's, the month, the sexiest month.
So sexy, so hot.
That's how I refer to
Get
it.
me all hot and bothered over here.
Don't say that.
John Wick. In theaters soon.
But yeah, actually, you know what? More people should say happy birthday on their podcast. Because one time it happened, it's like, happy birthday. I was like, oh, it is my birthday.
Aw.
How nice.
Thank you, sir.
And then you became a loyal subscriber to whatever podcast
Yeah,
it was.
I was already listening to it. I guess they
Well,
couldn't have
you
said
know,
like,
you know.
they could have just said like, whoever's listening out there, fuck you.
Aww.
But let's get into this. January is usually the dumping ground. And I guess,
And that's not the case this month because we got nothing but quality we're talking about on this episode.
So these films are questionable. I would say that you might not go out to watch. If you didn't have a movies podcast, you probably would not go out to watch these movies. So let's start off with the movie that looked like the most January movie of all time for me personally: The Bye Bye Man, the I Love My Friends Man, the Poop Poop Pee Pee Man.
The
The
scat
hash
man.
singing slash.
That would have been way better. The Scatman would have been way better. All right, so I literally know nothing about this. So you guys went to see it.
No,
Only
Ryan
Carrie
didn't
saw
go.
Right, we were watching the Nintendo Switch thing. George and Ryan video games. That's another video game pod. That's a podcast. I have nothing to do with it. Anyways.
You know.
That Ryan guy, he sounds cool though.
He has opinions about that console. But
Pretty
anyway.
much a dweeb in my.
But anyways, so Carrie, you saw it then.
I did.
So,
Not only did Carrie see it,
Well, you see, when the credits started rolling for this movie, there was a credit that popped up that said, based on The Bridge to Body Island by Robert Damon Neck. And I was like, this was a book. This was a piece of literature. Okay, so this movie, it's casual college horror fare where these three move into this house that they're renting. There's not too much stuff at the beginning, but then this guy finds this end table, and this end table is a little sketchy. And he I completely lied. The opening scene is this guy in the 60s, I believe, and he has a double-barrel shotgun, and he walks into this house and kills these people. And then it's like hard cut to modern day, and you're like, what?
did they at least have like a filter that made it look?
Yeah, it was
okay.
very yellow toned. It was
Okay.
very 60s. But so in this end table, there's all this writing that says the don't think it, don't say it. And then he finds the Bye Bye Man. And as these college students start thinking about the Bye Bye Man more, as you know, he gets more powerful. And there's one sidekick college girl, as there usually is in these small groups, and she is in tune with the Bye Bye Man.
It's just weird that this movie, like, I don't know.
so Carrie, how does it compare to the book?
Well,
Have you finished the novel yet?
It's the Bye Bye Man is one chapter in this book, and the actual story, A Bridge to Body Island, is 9 pages long. So when you think about it, this is a movie of a 9-page short story. So you know that there's gonna be some.
So they probably cut some stuff out.
They did.
Oh no!
So when stuff starts picking up, there's random things happening. Like the girl starts getting sick because when you're encumbered with the thought of the Bye Bye Man, it affects you in different ways.
God, this sucks.
The girl gets sick progressively. The main guy starts to get paranoid and jealous, and then the other guy starts to just get angry all the time. And Bye Bye Man kind of shows up in different. And it's been a while since I've seen this, so I don't remember a lot of it. But I just finished reading this.
Who put this movie out? Carrie's telling us this, and I'm listening. Like, why would nothing about this sounds like what? This doesn't sound like a thing.
Even in the story, he was called the Bye Bye Man.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I see that title, I'm thinking like this had to have been made up by someone else.
Yeah,
There's
me too.
No way
Some
No.
fucking
was the
guy.
actual name of the character.
So from the book, the 3 characters are using a Ouija board, which in most cases I'd be like, wow, that's pretty cliche. You don't want to use a Ouija board, and that's how they come up with the Bye-Bye Man, because all the spirits tell them about him. But I feel like a Ouija board is a little bit better than an end table that just has it scrawled on the inside.
Carrie, Ouija boards are hot right now. All the best movies have them.
But
like Ouija board.
Plot progresses. This guy starts doing research at his college library to try and, because he does, there's a good old Google sequence in this one where he searches through the archives and he's like, the Bye-Bye Man, and that doesn't turn back any results. And then he searches don't think it, don't say it, and that turns back one article, and it's just scratching out stuff. And
he sends it to like, you're the man now dog sort of gift thing. So
yeah, but so you come to find that the Bye-Bye Man is tied to all these, and I'm the lines are getting blurred between whether this was in the book or in the movie, but he's tied to all these different murders throughout history, and it's like, oh, it was him, because they were thinking about the Bye-Bye Man, and he spread his evil. And when he shows up, at first he's kind of just, they tease him, and he's just like you don't see him right away. But then once he's fully revealed, I've described him several times. He looks like a street magician who suffered some sort of chemical freezing accident, because he's just got a hoodie on, and he's gray, and his face is really thick and crunchy, and he's got really long hands, so it looks like he has Marfan syndrome, or whatever that thing's called, that extends your bones. And he has this companion dog with him that looks like it's made out of CGI ground beef. And when you go in the book, in the movie, none of this is like really explained. You're like, well, okay, the dog ate that person's face. I don't
Does
get
the dog at
I don't
least
get
have
why.
a name? Like, is he
Not
Spot?
in the movie, but
Oh.
in the book, he is named
this sounds really lame.
Gloomsinger.
Oh.
Gloomsinger's my favorite new Pokemon.
and he's made from tongues and eyes, and
This
is down
fucking
with some
sucks.
kind of life.
He's down with
He
some sort of
acted like
sickness.
a hunting dog, sighting the nenext victim and letting out a whistle only the Bye-Bye Man could hear, because the Bye-Bye Man, from reading this book, was an albino, and it made him go blind. So it's his seeing eye dog that helps him find these people
This
that are thinking about him.
sucks so bad.
No, my favorite part, you can see here, I've circled it 6 times, is the Bye-Bye Man kills people and takes their eyes and tongues. This is all in the book, none of this is in the movie. He takes their eyes and tongues in order to keep Gloomsinger in good repair, and keeps it in his sack of gore. So all in all, the movie is hilarious and like completely forgettable and passable, but this book this book gives you the context that you need. And there's all this fucking train imagery for apparently no reason throughout the movie. Like, there's the scene from the trailer where the girl gets hit by a train. That scene also is stupid, because the Bye-Bye Man possesses you, sort of, in a way, and drives you to want to kill people. And it's weird because she's like, I have to kill people to eradicate the Bye-Bye Man from people's thoughts. So it's like, if you kill everyone who heard the name, then he won't spread anymore. But it's like, if he's the one driving her to kill, why would he want his own name eradicated? So that doesn't make any sense. But the psychic girl is heading over with the main guy to their house, and unbeknownst to him, she had killed her roommate and had a hammer in her bag. And the Bye-Bye Man makes you see things, and she sees that car crash on the train tracks. She's like, we have to stop, there's a family, they're dying. And he stops the car, and she gets out and runs, and then he looks in her bag, and he sees the hammer, and he's like, well, she was gonna kill me? So she's running towards the train track. He gets out, wielding a hammer, starts chasing her, because he's like, I have to protect her from the train, and then she gets hit by a train. So you could think that, oh, well, there's train imagery because the one psychic girl got killed by the train. But, back to the book, you read that apparently from these kids' Ouija experiences, the Bye-Bye Man is not dead. He's like a live person, and he communicates with them, and when he hears when he senses a psychic beacon, he hops trains to get to them. And that's how he travels.
He
just goes on a train.
That's a little cooler.
He has a Metro card. He just gets on there.
Wait, so his dog is real?
I don't know. It's like
so in the film, like, the book is like straightforward. There's no holes in it at all. But in the film, like, what's his purpose? Like, he drives people like, he slowly
he's
messes with people, but what's
yeah,
the end goal?
you feel like he's trying to spread his name, but then as people go more
But he's just
crazy,
killing
they
people.
get murder crazy and kill people. But I don't know if the Bye Bye Man ever actually killed anyone with his own hands, or if it's just the psychosis he inflicts upon people, and they kill the people, and then he just reaps the rewards, the eyes and the tongues. But
This sucks.
but thank you, because the chapter in this book for the Bye Bye Man is this is just turning into a book review, but this is fucking so weird, because it's the short story, but then it's sandwiched between all the context that this author has. My favorite part at the beginning of the chapter is readers who are genuinely frightened by the paranormal or troubled by obsessive thoughts should consider skipping this chapter.
Oh, Jesus.
In which case, you should just skip the chapter anyway, but...
This is severely fucked up.
And, there's this part where he says that there's all this symbolism for the Bye Bye Man taking people's eyes and tongues, and because it represents his genitalia. And he's like, following this line of reasoning, the Bye Bye Man's blindness represents the loss of his masculinity, and Gloomsinger, made from eyes and tongues, acts as substitute genitals. It's like, what?
How did this guy get a movie deal?
How does that represent genitals?
I don't know, but
You know what would represent genitals? A pair of genitals.
my note here says Bye Bye Man is just a fuckboy with a bruised ego and no dick.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But anyway, in conclusion, the reason that this edition is also worth it, the Bye Bye Man cover edition rather than the original printing of this book, is there's a new afterword by this author that was written February 29th of last year, and he talking about how the Bye Bye Man story got popular and how it was more or less forgotten until Slender Man appeared, and he says, "Call it silly, but I could not watch a fictional supernatural character become one of the most notorious figures in American folklore without a pang of envy and regret. It should have been the Bye Bye Man out there, inspiring children to
off,
commit murder."
my dude.
What?
Fuck off, my man.
And that's why.
This is all fiction though. This isn't like some shitty folk tale.
No, at the beginning of this chapter in this, he talks about, because he's coming at this from this is a true story.
Okay.
Because he's like, the source on this is different for me. This one's real. The source on this one is a close friend, and it's his close friend that wrote the actual story. And then this fucking guy, Robert Damon Schneck, is just contextualizing it. But so no, George. This is a true story.
Okay, well.
The Bye Bye Man is real. And,
So we only choose the name of Bye Bye Man because if you said the actual ghost's name,
No, the Bye Bye Man.
Dead.
The Bye Bye Man is the real name because
Then we'd all be dead.
No, at the end of this, he's like, poised to become the next big cinematic boogeyman, and millions of horror fans will soon be thinking about the Bye Bye Man. That is a lot of psychic beacons. The Bye Bye Man's coming for you. I'm a little nervous about how many times I've said the Bye Bye Man on this podcast.
Yeah, I think this is.
I feel blood coming out of my eyes with that.
We're sending the fucking signal.
movie-
We are vehicles. We are pawns in the Bye Bye Man's.
Yeah, this movie is created and perpetuated by the Bye Bye Man because he knows that it's going to be terrible. He knows that movie reviewers are just going to pick it up and shit on it constantly, and he's just getting more powerful as,
But this
the
just
days go on.
This sounds uninteresting bad though. It just sounds really stupid.
I liked it. It's
I
fun.
loved how this guy is so egotistical in thinking that like this should have been my creature that became popular.
Like I
and killed-
thought that the movie was laughably bad and stupid, but this fucking book just made the movie is nothing to me now. This book is insane.
Have you read any of the other stories? Are they?
No, I don't give a shit.
Oh,
Bye Bye
Alright.
Man's where it's at, Ryan.
Well, let's move
that's
on.
the review. Where it's at.
You see that? You see that over there? Yes, the movie disappearing. No one will ever references this film ever again. I'm excited for
It's
this.
for your own safety.
This fucking cop. I'm excited to see copies of this book at Goodwills all over across the country. So next thing, let's talk about Split.
Oh,
So
jeez.
I feel like we were going into this high.
I was going into this super high.
Especially
I was
after the
so
visit.
Exactly.
It's
I was
just like-
so excited for this movie.
You go into an M. Night
And it
Shyamalan
sounds like
movie,
you guys hated it compared to me.
Like you go into an M. Night Shyamalan movie thinking like, okay, I have low expectations for the most part. It's just all about what will the twist be and how ridiculously hilarious will it be. Will it be like the Happening levels of insanity,
was
or will it be like The Visit, where it's like, okay, that's obvious, but it's still fun?
That might be an unfair thing for us to do, to go into the movie expecting like
Sure.
a like blindsiding
but
twist.
there are twists in
There
this
are
movie.
Sure.
twists.
Let's
but
let
there's-
the groundwork first. Okay, so Split, if you are uninformed, is M. Night Shyamalan's next film in collaboration with Blumhouse Films. It is after Visit was his last film. I think that was 2014. That can't be right. 2015. It has to be 2015.
Yeah, 2015.
And we have these young women who are kidnapped by this guy who has a multiple personality disorder to the point that he's got like 20 something.
He has
23
23 personalities.
must try and escape before the
Okay.
apparent emergence of a frightful new 24.
Yeah, and so, but the special thing about him is that his like body, like his physical form, also transforms as he goes in and out of these personalities, and so he's taking these women, and they're not really sure why, and then the film is about learning more about this character, why they've been kidnapped, and trying to escape. So that's the groundwork of the movie. All right. Okay. Cool. So, what is your guys' issue with the movie?
Where do you want me to start?
Anywhere, because I think it's fine.
Okay, so like to start off positive, like going into this movie, like Carrie has said this too, like it's very there's a lot of cool aesthetically pleasing stuff. It has the same cinematographer as It Follows, so a lot of the shots like kind of are very like stylized, and that's all cool.
Yeah.
I like how it begins like so like it just starts in there like immediately these girls get kidnapped, so it immediately like gets into like the meat of the story. But there's no meat to the story. These girls get kidnapped, they're in this basement, and nothing happens for 2 hours.
I guess
they're
so.
just in there. Occasionally one of them will try to escape, but then he just always gets them and then puts another one just in another room. And then she's ignored until the plot needs her to be back. And that happens twice. And then it back and forth between him talking to these girls, visiting his psychiatrist. And it's the same bullshit. She's like, you emailed me saying there's a huge problem. He's like, no, there's no problem with me. I'm just fine. I'm crazy, but I'm fine. And there's just nothing goes on the whole movie. It's just this whole wait for whatever the hell the beast personality is.
Also, the main group of the kidnapped girls is played by Anna Taylor-Joy from
Yeah.
The Witch,
From The
and
Witch.
she's good.
which I have a huge crush on that woman. Holy shit,
She's good.
she's really good.
And
Not in
let
this
me
movie.
just-
You didn't like her in this
She's
film?
fine
No.
in this.
I think she's good,
The acting is fine
She
in this
doesn't.
movie.
She doesn't
honestly.
do any. Like again, she doesn't do anything.
but
in
like
this
I
movie.
don't think she. Well,
She
no, yeah.
It's not her.
performs
It's not
it well.
It's not her fault.
No,
it's
yeah.
just that there's nothing going on.
But I think
The-
it's
in the
fine.
story that
Let me
gets-
just cut in
Yeah.
real quick. The saving grace for this movie for me is that James McAvoy goes full fucking hog.
Yeah,
on all
he
of
just
it.
chewing scenery in this
It's so
fucking
good.
film.
It's very reminiscent of Victor Frankenstein, and we all know that I love that movie. So I like that a lot.
Yeah, a lot of
But-
people say like praise McAvoy for his performance. I don't think it's a very good performance. I think it's impressive that he's able to pull it off, and I
Yeah.
think it's entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Like-
But that little boy one got annoying though.
Yeah.
That started to get annoying.
He's definitely entertaining, but it's like again, like the marketing for this film was like there's 23 personalities in this man.
You don't
But
see all of them.
You only see 4.
Yeah.
You see hipster, clean freak, child, and woman. And then later on you meet Monster Man.
When me and Ryan were having our infamous post-movie drive home after this, I was like, even when a woman is played by a white man, she doesn't get barely any character development or screen time. But
Yeah, like they're just evil. Like the person out there just she's just evil, and the other one that's evil is just being manipulated kind of by the woman character, which I forget. I don't remember any other names.
No, and like their whole goal in like kidnapping these girls is because they're unpure. They need to be sacrificed to this beast personality that's emerging in him, which doesn't make any fucking sense to begin with.
it's like a,
I mean, he just
a
eats.
ceremonial sacrifice.
Yeah, he
type
just
of thing.
eats.
It seems like
They've done
they were
this before, it seems.
maybe, and it seems like they're playing this off as this is these personalities' like faith, and this is what they pray to, and that this is what is happening in a way, maybe.
But
Like this beast is their savior or something.
but what is this beast going to do for them?
I don't know.
No, that's the thing. Like that's the thing.
They don't need rewards, Brian.
don't
They
need-
have faith.
They have faith, exactly. That's the thing. Like, I actually like the idea. Like, McAvoy's got all these characters. Granted, we don't see them but the idea that these two are taking over, and they're like, they believe so much in this thing that they will it to be in the McAvoy character, this fucking
Mm-hmm.
demigod sort of creature thing. I don't know. I thought it was neat.
But I'm not trying to cut you down, Ryan, because I agree with you. I don't
Yeah.
really like this movie that
Carrie,
much.
what are your issues with this movie?
I mean, like,
Did you use nothing interesting like Ryan did?
it didn't grab me as much as I thought it would and that I hoped it would, but a lot of my issues are with like spoilery sections, so we would have to get into spoilers to talk about my issues. I don't
We
know.
need to at the
Okay.
end of this once we're done with most of these stuff,
Just like
we'll
a
get
lot
into
of
it.
the resolutions and the messages get convoluted and feel insulting to me. But that
They are. Like the issue, like a lot of people were critiquing this film because like it's a character with dissociative identity disorder.
Dissociative identity disorder. Yep, you got it.
And it's like, okay, that's hard to like present on a film. I understand that, but the way they go about it is so like weird because it's like all these personalities are just like pretty much evil people, and they all have evil intentions. They're all manipulating, attacking these people. They're kidnapping these women.
It feels
And then the character himself keeps like romanticizing himself, and then he goes back to demonizing himself. So it's like, what is the message here? Is he better because he has these problems? Is he evil because he has these problems? And the film just goes back and forth through this, and it's like there's no message to it. It's just awful,
I do feel like the movie this gives
especially towards the end.
it
and the
definitely gets
resolution
this
of it.
feeling that they kind of just went into this thing haphazardly. It's like, this is a character, and they don't really do any research beyond that. It came across, they probably did, but it came across like you're just playing fast and loose here with this
Yeah.
stuff.
Felt clumsy.
And I that didn't bother me, but I understand. Like, I totally get that. Like, that, no, they don't really care. They're just like, I don't fucking know. Okay, well, I guess.
And then like with the Anna Taylor-Joy character,
Yeah.
Another one of my issues is like how they treated that character because she really has no personality, even though she's the main like girl.
I don't think she needs to have personality.
Well, they try to like.
They try to sympathize with
shoehorn
her.
and that doesn't make any sense. She's like this shy person who like gets in trouble at school, and then she has all these flashbacks of like an event in her past, and it's like, okay, what's the point of these flashbacks? And that shows the significance of that.
At the end.
And then it's like, that has nothing to do with the movie. You're just torturing this woman for sympathy from the character, so you root for her to escape the beast.
But I would say that she's not the main character of that movie. I would say she's a side character. I would say the main character is McAvoy
and then
and
in
the
which
therapist.
case, why
Yeah,
even
that's
have that
probably
development
true.
with her going through that traumatic experience if she's not even like a main character?
Well,
You're just wasting.
There does need to be like a dynamic aspect. There needs to be.
But why is
opposition
that?
and
Why is
conflict.
that what defines her? That's my issue.
I guess it's not very interesting. I'll give you that. I don't think
Yeah.
it's very.
It's
I don't
not
think it's very
interesting,
smart.
and
Like
it's-
how are we gonna make? We're gonna have this character. We're gonna have this thing, and then it's gonna wrap up to like show the Beast has a sort of weakness that like it needs to like I don't know like what was it like you've known suffering as well or something like that.
He's like, you get me. You've suffered too. We're like each other. And then he just scurries off because like, oh, you've been through this horrible thing. You're better than everyone else, just like me, because you have these problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then, there's no resolution with her. She just goes back to her shitty situation at home. So it's like nothing happened. She was just tortured again for no reason.
I guess so.
She had no resolution or development. She was just tortured more.
I guess so. It seems like most of your issues fall in like you thinking like she's the main character, and I get that. That's completely valid. But I guess I didn't have to see that way. I don't know. Maybe that's why. But I think it's completely valid what you're saying. Completely valid. They put her there, and then they do nothing with her. They just leave. There you go. You're
They
done.
just torture
I get
her
that.
again and again.
And you're done.
And like, the film kind of like presents itself as like she's the main character and also McAvoy and then also the therapist. 'Cause it switches perspectives
sure.
often. But like, I mean, it begins with her being kidnapped. So
I guess so.
figured
I guess so,
she is
yeah.
the main character. McAvoy is definitely the most interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
Not just because like he's always switching personalities, but he's the most like insane, like
Mm-hmm.
acting wise, because he's just a crazy. He's a very fun actor to watch. Victor Frankenstein.
It seems
is a
like-
good, way to see how
They
much fun he can
needed
be as an
some.
actor.
They needed someone that the viewer can empathize with, or can be the vehicle to which this story can be told.
And they did
I
that.
think it would have been way more interesting if you was like, it's just McAvoy. McAvoy, we see everything through him. You see the girls, Anna Taylor-Joy's there, but they're not important. And
Yeah.
that would have been way
That would've
stronger.
been cool.
That would have been way stronger. Because I feel like, yeah, you're right. Anna Taylor-Joy is just there so we can have someone to be there, and they do nothing with her interesting. And
Exactly.
yeah, I get that. That's fair. I think so. But yeah, I was honestly surprised you guys were so negative on it. I thought it was all right. Like I think like the cinematography is really good.
really good.
The pacing is great. But like I guess so, because it does meander a lot. Like you're right. The email, they have a meeting that goes nowhere. It doesn't build
And then it
tension.
goes back, and then the girl escapes. She hides away for a bit, and then it feels like nothing is going on in that room. It feels like they're just like going back and forth having conversations.
Yeah, sure.
with
I guess I
various
just
characters.
I
And by
can't
various, I mean 4.
find anything about the movie that I really dislike. I'm just kind of about the whole thing.
I think it's just because, like, I would have to watch it again because there was one specific point that I'm thinking of where it just pissed me off, and so now I'm looking at the entire movie through a lens of that one part pissed me off a lot, and so now I'm just thinking negatively about the rest of it. But
There's
I don't know.
It's
I want to
not-
try and be as fair and balanced as I can.
there's not a
but
disaster.
no.
Like I'm saying, like I'm trying to think, like M. Night, like this thing is like it's got a like it's a film. It's got a structure. Things make sense. They're not great, but they like it's not The Happening. It's not The Happening.
No,
Thank God.
but my issue
It's not
is
Lady
that,
Lady in the Water is a
is
completely
that
different movie though.
it presents itself as very problematic, and then it tries to like redeem itself by being like, "Oh, we're actually saying a good."
You think so? I didn't think they
I
cared at all.
I think towards the maybe towards the middle where it's because the therapist mostly talks about how like different and like interesting he is because he has DID, and like how that like she goes on through this rant of like these people are the evolution of mankind, and it's like.
But sure, but also, but I felt like she was taking advantage of him. She could have put it stop a while ago, like the Beast thing, because she knew that he had this sort of power, and she never like. I also felt like because at the end, spoilers, this woman dies, and there's this moment where she's like of regret because you could tell like she knew shit was going bad and she didn't stop it because people don't take her work seriously. She's like, you guys just watch what he can do, and then shit goes bad, and then so I don't know, because I felt like a lot of the conversation stuff was empty, and that showed like her type of character. I don't know where I'm going with
And
that.
I feel like with her character, like if she had been like a more compassionate therapist who like tried to like help him through his disorder instead of just studying him, then there would have been a dynamic of her trying to stop him from making this weird beast creature, and him being like, no, this is what I have to do. But instead she's like, do it. Prove everyone that I'm right, that you can create these insane characters that can change the physicality of your body, that can go blind, that can crawl on walls, and some of them have diabetes for some reason.
That was so fucking
But also, the
One of his
whole
personalities-
theater left, erupted in
One of his
laughter.
personalities had diabetes for some reason, and she goes on through this story of like, oh, there's this woman, she was blind, but she developed 3 personalities that could all see. And it's like, no! That's not how it works!
Yeah, but I guess
insane.
I know, but like I said, like
It's fantasy! And then...
sure, but again, I think it's playing really fast and loose, and I was willing to give like, sure, you build your own reality, I'm fine, but also I feel like if they did the other way, like instead of making her sort of a manipulative character, they don't lean into it too much, and they don't lean into the sympathetic character either. It's kind of in the middle,
it
and
is
it's
in the middle,
and it's not
in a weird
interesting.
place.
Yeah, it's in a weird place. Like it would be way more interesting if they completely went the other way, and she was actually like genuinely conflicted instead of passively so. And I don't feel like making her like the real good guy would have been interesting at all.
Because, like, I know there's cases, I'm not a huge expert on psychology, but I know there's cases of psychologists who, like, have actually tried to push people with DID to, like, show, like, work. Like, they're actually, like, research of, like, them trying to make schizophrenic patients, like, trying to, like, ease them, like, maybe you have DID. Like, it's all weird and complicated, and I'm not going to explain it. And if they did more of that, then that would have been interesting to look at. But then the movie's, like, it doesn't do that. She's in this weird middle place where she's just trying to, where she's just observing this guy, not helping him or harming him. I mean, she harms other people by not doing anything, so she's still like the villain.
Yeah.
But it's just, I do not like this movie.
Okay.
I
All
wish
right.
I could scrub it from my mind.
Do we want?
And
Wow,
the
really?
ending, and the ending, I didn't get the ending at
I-
first.
Dude,
I got.
And then when you told me the ending, I hated it infinitely worse.
we're gonna get into it, and we're gonna time it that way I can say when. But before we get into that, I legit when people say I am literally shaking, I am literally screaming. I was literally like, "What the what? How did you get away with that? How?" Like it was so like you could I could imagine him. Okay, we're gonna go into spoilers right now. We'll do 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Okay, so now, all right. So at the end of the movie. Fucking Bruce Willis shows up, and they're watching the news report of what happened. They're rescuing Anna Taylor-Joy's character, and someone was like, that reminds me of this one character, the guy in the jail. What was his name? And then Bruce Willis in this fucking cartoon-ass diner just turns around out of nowhere, Mr. Glass. And I was like, you motherfucker! He somehow tied it up to fucking Unbreakable, and he's now saying, like, it leaves like, wait a minute, are you making an Unbreakable universe? What does this fucking mean? Or is it just a thing there? And it's so unbelievable because it's like everyone always everyone knows that he is made for twists. And so in some ways, like, how can I fucking do this? How can I do this and like guarantee something, like I got work in the future? And I'm just imagining him writing it down like, I wouldn't, should I? Oh, ooh, I guess just like a full on erection. He's like, this is gonna, oh my god, it's so good. And he writes down, it's Unbreakable 2. Unbreakable 2. Fuck, I did it, guys. Oh. Anyways, Carrie, there was something else you want to talk about.
That's why well, I mean, unrelated to the Breakable thing was the other thing that pissed me off. But that also pissed me off, because when I found that out, it was like, M. Night, you made me give a shit about something that I would have never given a shit about. You manipulated me into this theater just so I was pissed. But the other part that pissed me off was at the end of the movie when, because they're alluding to her, like, being troubled all the time, and Hedwig is like, you wear a lot of shirts. And then when she finally gets her shirt ripped off and she has all of her self-harm scars, and the guy's like, oh, you've known pain and suffering. That makes you smarter and purer than the rest. I was like, fuck you. I hated that. That pissed me off.
I hated that.
And it's 4 minutes. All right, cool.
Well,
that did suck.
Let me just say, when I learned that twist at the end, that kind of like changes your perspective on the film. I'm not gonna say it.
It totally does. It kind of
It kind of
It ruined it for me, honestly.
It kind of ruins
then you
it.
look at everything that happened. It's like, oh, this was for that.
Yeah.
You tortured this woman. You
Ah.
basically made a weird, not right statement on mentally ill people for this.
I mean, I could see that, but
And then like I was making this joke with Carrie earlier. In M. Night's next movie, it's gonna.
is it? Are we getting another movie
Yeah,
of this?
he
Like,
ta-
I don't want that, dude.
No, he said in an interview, I am working on my next movie. I'm not gonna say what it is, but for those of you who have seen my latest film, Split, you'll know what it is.
So he's making a fucking like cinematic universe thing. That's what
Yeah.
he's doing. Like like our friend Greg said, like cinematic M Night universe.
Yeah.
Here we
You
go,
could-
baby.
You could tell that he's totally just trying to set up like an X-Men type thing with all these crazy people and their weird whack. Like I'm sorry, I can't. But
It's just
this
the
might
next-
be spoilery again. So I mean,
Yeah, we
like,
are getting-
cause like when you think about it, because I never watched that other movie, but if that's like a supernatural superpower thing, then if that's what the deal with James McAvoy's character was, then maybe if it's not like a mental illness, if it's like a superpower, then it's like, oh, well, that's a little more
Sure.
forgivable, I guess, if it's some weird supernatural thing that is happening to him. But
then they show that at the ending.
yeah,
And then like he's still like disabled. So like this next movie is gonna be Bruce Willis beating up a
Yeah.
disabled man.
Yeah, but
How is that a good movie?
I mean, you could tell that, like, with this, along with the twist in The Visit, you can tell that there's a little bit of, like, insensitivity to mental illness problems. And, like, I'm not too sensitive about stuff like that, but, like, sometimes it pisses me off. Like, The Visit didn't bother me, but then in conjunction with this, when I think about it, it's like, oh, the twist is that they're evil because they're crazy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
That twist in The Visit was pretty good.
It's really good. It's really good.
Pretty
But when you
good.
think about it from this angle, it's like, ooh, that's a little fishy.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I get that in The Visit, like, oh, they were jealous.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh, they were at a insane
Yeah, they were
asylum.
actually mentally unstable.
But it's like, if they were just jealous, that's okay.
That's compelling.
So when I think about that movie, I'm like, maybe they were just old and crazy, not just
They're just
not just crazy. Just
The Visit
crazy
is
old.
definitely still a good movie. Though.
All right.
I look back on that fondly.
like I said, I rewatched it. Like, nope, the movie fucking kicks ass still. It's great.
Oh,
All right.
I hate Split. I hate every reviewer who was like, this is the greatest
I
movie of all
think
time.
I think it's an all right movie.
I
think it's
I'll
an
say
alright
I
movie.
have my own personal problems with it, but I know that it's I would give it a 5 out of 10. I like it. It's okay. It is okay.
It's like if I was to put it on a 10 scale, I would put it a 7.
Yeah. I just like to do that just to
Two.
Context.
Yeah.
Two. I
Let's
hate
move
this
on.
I know numerical values don't matter.
Yeah, no.
They do to me.
God damn it. All right, that was fun. There was a lot more to be said on that movie than I thought it was because I didn't know you guys weren't crazy about it. I thought it was fine.
I was very passionate.
Brian made a note in the notes where he said Brian is going to lose his shit.
All right.
Exactly. I hate
Speaking
that
of
film.
losing our shit, it's
Hello.
finally time. The last Resident Evil movie, Resident Evil, the final chapter. Woo! Here we go. All right, where do we start? Resident Evil, for those uninformed, is a video game franchise developed by the Japanese company Capcom about zombies. In 2001, they decided to make a movie. The director of Mortal Kombat, the movie, was like, "Can I make a Resident Evil movie?" And he made a Resident Evil movie, and it did all right, I guess. And it had Marilyn Manson doing the soundtrack, and it had a song by Slipknot on it. And I personally think it's an all right movie. I think it's okay. People comparing it. I think it's a put together movie. It's a film. This is not as bad as the last one, but it's still pretty bad. All right. So, but the movies have this character named Alice, and she's kind of there's this evil corporation called Umbrella who made a zombie virus. Somehow they're still profitable. This movie tries to tie that up somehow by saying, they're just fucking crazy. Anyways, zombie virus, world ends. Final chapter. I guess they try to save humanity even though there's like 50 people and everything's gone to complete shit. I don't know.
There's actual clock down timer of when the last
When
human
they're
is
gonna
going
die.
to
I was like, what does that even mean? Is there like a hit squad somewhere that's just gonna knock them out? Like,
You
are
have
they...
5 minutes before everyone else is going to die. Oh, I got it. Oh, I guess I can't stop my Arby's.
So yes, this is the final Resident Evil movie.
That we know about.
Yes, I would love if they rebooted it. So, yes, Resident Evil, the final chapter. Mila Jovovich is here, and I guess from the last movie, that ended in a cliffhanger where they go to Washington, D.C. to take down Wesker and Umbrella. Wesker, bad guy, blonde hair, slick hair. He works for Umbrella. Umbrella being the evil corporation that made the zombie virus. And then they get ambushed, and that's where that ends. And then this picks up there. Everyone died. I think Leon was there. Barry was there.
Who?
Some
Don't worry about it.
some other characters
matter.
that died off. And now it's like, well, that sucked. And then I guess they're like, oh, fucking, you gotta go back to the hive, which is where the fucking virus was made. And the first...
Gotta go back to the first movie started.
Yeah, exactly. But not really.
It's pretty convenient for me as someone who jumped in.
Yeah.
on the very
And so
last-
this movie...
Oh yeah, again, these movies started with a whole
Recap of everything,
retelling
but
of everything that happened.
one of these movies starts with a recap of what happened, but this one specifically tried to fill in the holes between the recap because, like, we're gonna go back to where the first movie took place, and because of that, we have to finally fucking wrap this thing up because this is the last movie. So they try to fill in all those holes, and boy, do they do a spectacular fucking job in doing that.
And by spectacular,
I mean,
convulsions and
Yeah.
twitching.
God. Okay. Man, I'm just all over this place with this movie. Can you guys tell me what you guys thought of this movie as I regain my thoughts for this film?
I think
This has been like 10 years in the making
My
for me.
my complete review of this movie was it was the loudest movie I have ever seen. It was so loud. Everything
Ryan?
that
my
happened.
general thoughts is like you read comic books, George. This movie is like taking up like picked up like a issue 200 of a book and just like seen what the hell's going on.
And they just gave up halfway through.
It has clothes, it has zombies, it has crazy demons, it's got people shooting and firing, it's got everything.
Like a show that you stopped watching and you check in on spoilers for the new season. You're like,
whoa!
whoa!
What the hell happened here? This went everywhere.
So yeah, here's
all at once, and like I weirdly like it because it's so all over the place, but it's just not good.
No, like, it's not as... The last movie, I think, is... I was genuinely like, what the fuck, guys? This is awful. This is hardly a film, what you've made here. How did you script put... So this movie is not absolutely terrible. It's still pretty bad because... So the Resident Evil movies, 1, 2, and 3, they're movies. They got plot, they got, like, crescendos and moments for characters and, like, stuff that happens, especially the first one. But after 3, they took a break. And at the same time that the Resident Evil video games became bad, these movies just stopped giving a complete fuck. Believe it or not, like, me and my girlfriend were watching 1 again, and she was like, whoa, this is an actual movie. What the fuck? Like, they're just loud. Dude, there's so many cuts in this movie.
Oh my god.
There's like 20 cuts for like, you blink, you miss 4 shots. It's insane. It's just these action like sequences shot really bad, and like aesthetically it looks awful and forgettable. Like the zombies look really terrible. Like awful.
If you can even get like a solid look at them, it cuts around them
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
Where it's like I don't even know what I'm really looking at.
And they're just like gray CGI blobs. The first movie was like zombie, like practical makeup. It looks dope actually. This is just like crazy super zombies who run super fast and just look, I don't even know. It looks awful. And then they're like, okay, whatever movie, but you gotta wrap this shit up. So how do you wrap this up? All right, well, fuck it. They're evil. They thought like, oh, we're gonna start an apocalypse, and when the apocalypse is over, we're gonna come back, and I guess we're gonna be the only person in the New York Stock Exchange, and we're gonna reign supreme. What the fuck are you talking about?
I love that boardroom meeting where the guy was like, I know we're an insurance firm, but what if we kill everyone?
This shit's gonna go bad. What if we just ruin it, and then we come back, and then we make profit?
It's like, you know what,
What
Gary?
are you talking
You've been working here for only 2 months, but that is brilliant. Let's do it. Let's kill everyone. Yeah, it'll take like 12 years and like cost like $1 billion, but you know.
I feel like I'm all over the place. And what have I talked? I've talked about where this movie's
No,
relevancy.
that's like on point with this film because it's all
It's just
over the
action
place.
scenes and trying to explain how this makes any sense.
How about let's go straight to the end? How
Sure.
about it all
Wrap it
wraps
up.
up together.
So Ryan mentioned it. So like he said, this movie starts off with them recapping it, and in that they give you a little bit backstory about the events before the first movie, like about the CEO of the company, about his daughter who became the Red Queen, who was like the CGI person,
the AI,
the
system
AI
that
of the
controls,
place of the first movie
yeah.
where they made the virus and stuff. And so they gave you some of that background, right? And then in the end, they're all like, okay, well, we now know that you guys are just crazy. So the company decided to cryogenically freeze themselves inside of the hive where the virus was made in the first place. So when they cause this apocalypse with the virus, they can come back to something. I don't fucking know. And throughout these movies, there's this guy who's been like the orchestrator and the CEO of the company after they decided to be evil. And it turns out he has like a clone. So this whole time, no, in 5, they killed him. That was a clone. In this one, we see him, and it's like, I killed you. You were supposed to be dead. Haha, I'm alive. Oh, well, I guess you're the real one. Nope, that was a clone as well. Turns out the real one was frozen. So they get to the hive, and they unfreeze him. And I'm like, well, that was something. Okay, cool. And then he's all like, guess what? You're a clone too. No, I'm not. I have had clones. There were other clones of me, but I'm the real me. He's like, nope. And then the fucking... Fuck. Okay.
Existential crisis over here.
All right, cool. And so then out of nowhere, wheeling out is a fucking CGI or makeup 80-year-old Mila Jovovich just fucking shaking and fucking crazy. That's what I was referring. That's what I was referring to. The like, she's just shaking, trying to be like this old decrepit woman.
Alice was a clone the whole time.
Alice was a clone of this old Mila Jovovich, who was the daughter of the CEO, who the Red Queen is based off of her younger image, and that's the real Alice. I guess not the real Alex, but the real daughter of the owner. Alice isn't a real thing. Alex is just a fucking clone. Alice is just an ideal of resistance to foresee to fight through the evil corporation that is Umbrella.
And all together, they are the Trinity of bitches.
Yeah, oh,
That was the best
fuck.
line of the movie.
God
They
damn
all
it.
turn on the main guy, the Red Queen Alice and Old Lady Alice, and he's like, "Oh, we got the Trinity of bitches over here."
And then Wesker dies for real this time.
You know what? We need to rename our podcast. Trinity of bitches.
And so, and long story short, Alice fights the guy, and then they save the world? I don't know. It just kind of ends like, well, I guess that's as good of a conclusion we can get.
Because they have the virus, they release it.
They have the antivirus from the first fucking movie, and they're all like, wait a minute, how do you not know about the antivirus? You were in the first movie. And then, oh right, in the third movie, you got amnesia for some reason or whatever. Whatever, fucking, okay, cool. And so they release the antivirus, which is so airborne that you can just drop it on the floor and
it kills everything.
Thousands of zombies are cured. Just cured. And it's like, what are you talking about?
And by cured, I mean they drop just dead.
Yeah.
Extra dead.
So just so dead.
It's not good, but it's not awful.
I feel like if you've been watching these films for 17 years, this is a suitable ending because it's just as bad as it needs to be.
It's like, well, you guys ended it, I guess.
So guess what? It's finally over.
I guess.
Congratulations.
Not a good movie. Like I said, it's just loud. If you don't like, as someone who knows, but just separating everything, all the nonsense, it's just a really loud and like cut together with so many cuts and edits that is incredibly disorientating. And they're trying to go for like, oh, we're having a fun action time. Like, no, this isn't endearing. Your aesthetic looks awful. Mm-hmm. These characters aren't interesting. Nothing has any, like, there's no weight to anything. They keep saying about saving the human race. Motherfucker, everything's fucked. Everything is fucked. There's nothing to save. Yeah, it's just...
I mean,
And like
Ruby Rose was in this.
Sure.
I'm a big fan of her.
Go watch John Wick 2.
She was all over the movie. Just all over
Big
it.
fan.
Anyways.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
Also,
Ryan?
Claire
I had to get my big fan.
Also, Claire Redfield's got her outfit from Resident Evil Revelations 2, and which makes it seem like, oh fuck, we need to tie this into a video game, huh? I don't know. Are you guys working on a new video game? Oh no! Don't tell them about the new game. Just we're trying to relaunch this thing. You can't. Here, we got this outfit. I don't fucking know. Yeah.
Let's move on to a good movie.
Oh fuck! You guys saw Rings? I forgot. Okay, so Rings, not a January movie, but we did say that it was so close that we're probably gonna talk about it. I didn't see Rings, regretfully, but you two saw Rings.
Oh boy.
So tell me about Rings.
So I'm a huge fan of the.
I love Gore
like-
Verbinski's The Ring.
I think it's just so.
It's really good.
It's such a good mix of like the original and like American horror. It just makes a very
Like it's
solid.
this horror movie with a purpose. Like it's so purpose. Like there's a vision here. Like
And it's
so
so ambiguous, like just enough to keep you like curious. It's just a good
it's a good,
film.
smart horror movie.
The Ring 2, whatever.
You think
know?
it's underrated?
No, I don't. I think it's forgettable.
That's a weird movie.
And also it didn't really do anything with the tape too. It was just all about
It's
finding,
just a weird.
just a weird film. So
It's
I was
weird.
I was so interested and excited for them to get back into this tape and like take it to like a modern day. And then Rings came out, and my God, was that just not any of this? The movie like the most interesting part of the trailer I thought was like when Samara shows up on the plane, because it's like, okay, what's the story here? How did this happen?
Interesting.
And guess
as
what?
in that's gonna be garbage.
It just starts on
That's
the
so
plane,
funny.
George.
The first lines of the movie are this guy who's nervous on the plane, and he's like, "Yeah, I watched this videotape a week ago."
And he's like, his nose starts beating. He's like, oh no, she's coming.
Yeah, come to think of it, I watched it exactly 7 days ago, right now.
And like the lady she's talking to is like, oh, that's crazy, man. And then he goes to the bathroom and she talks to her friend. He's like, this guy over here is like fucking high or something. Talking about some tape that'll kill him. And she's like, what tape? You watched it too? Tell me you made a copy of the tape. And he's like, I did. We're all gonna die. And then all the TVs on this thing just turn into the Ring. And then Samara starts coming out of the cockpit all crawling. He's like, oh. And it just cuts to 2 weeks later.
Did they all die?
They all died!
That's whoa! She's not playing by the rules here. Why?
Exactly!
Okay.
There are no rules in Rings. It's all out the window. And then fucking Big Bang Theory himself.
Jim Parsons?
No. Johnny Galecki or whatever.
Who's
yeah.
that?
The one who dates the girl across the hallway.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
Mr. Big Bang himself. He finds the ring tape in a VHS player.
The possessions of the guy who died on the airplane are at this like garage sale type thing, and among those possessions is a VCR player with a tape of Jurassic Park and Alien next to it, and it's like nice. and then John Galecki's there with this girl, and she's like, "Oh, so it's a bunch of old junk," and he's like, "I prefer vintage." It's like, so yeah, he's messing with it, and then he finds the tape.
And then it cuts to like a few more months later, and he has just mastered this thing. Like there's been a whole movie in between where
him
just
figuring everything
out. He knows that you have to make a copy of the tape, and then apparently you know how you have to show someone a copy of the tape so you don't die. So it just became It Follows.
Yeah, because what happens is
Right.
there's this other story with the main girl and her boyfriend where he goes to college and then he kind of falls off. He falls off the grid and she can't get a hold of him.
She has to stay home and she can't go to college because she has to stay home and take care of her mother, who we hear nothing about.
Yeah, I completely missed that. You referenced that later in the theater, and I was like,
yeah, like they were
Did they say that?
When he was leaving, like on the truck, he was like, "But it's important that you stay here. Your mother needs you here." And she's like, "I know, but I'm gonna miss you." And then, he doesn't interact with
Never
her.
back to that again.
And then she just leaves her mom, who probably died or something. I don't know.
So she goes to the campus to find him, and
Because
she
got this weird Skype call
Yeah, they've
from
been
him.
Skyping, and then she got a weird Skype call from the girl from the beginning, who was with John Galecki, and she's like, "No, she's coming. It's different this time."
Oh, see, who are you talking about? There's not enough time. We gotta get out of here.
so then she shows up to John Galecki's class, and she's like, "Where's my boyfriend? He's supposed to be in this class." And John Galecki's like, "I don't know. I've never heard of that boyfriend, never before." And then she follows him. They go up to the 7th floor, and there's this underground science club where they're analyzing the tape, and there's pictures of people on the wall, and they have time codes underneath them. That's how much time they have left since they watched the tape, and they're like studying it. And he's trying to posit this theory that the videotape proves the existence of a soul and of spirits, and he's approaching it analytically and scientifically, and it's like, okay. So then she goes to the girl.
She finds out. The girl tells her like, I know where your boyfriend is.
Gil
Come with
is,
me
or
and
whatever
I'll
the fuck his
help
name
you
was.
out. And that's just a ruse because she hasn't shown anyone the tape.
Yeah, and she only has a half an hour left, and she needs
Which
a
is
tail.
weird. Like, you think you would want to do that immediately.
Yeah.
Like,
you had 7 days.
I got a haircut. I can put this off until tomorrow. So then, like, she goes to the one part of this movie I did like.
Flat screen?
The flat screen
That
thing.
was fun.
I like that because I just like Samara coming out of TVs. It's weird. And I like how she was so they go to the apartment and she's like, "Oh, you gotta get out of here. She's fucking coming." So she hides in the bathroom and Samara starts coming out. And I like the whole like stress of her like keep trying to like stopping this from happening.
Yeah.
Like she shuts her screen monitor because the rain shows up on there. She pulls the TV to the ground. That's fine. And Samara comes out of the TV and I was like, that's fine.
Yeah,
that
was fun.
I kind of like that.
It was just a thing to recreate the ending scene.
It
from
was
the
just
first
a
one.
recreation, but
Well, yeah,
like,
but like that's why you liked it.
yes, that's exactly why I liked it. But then, like, the girl, like, she meets her boyfriend again, and then he's like, "I don't have time. I gotta find someone to watch the tape." And she's like, "I'll watch the tape for you." And he's like, "I can't let you do that. I love you." But then she does it anyway.
Yeah, and then he watched the tape 12 hours after the girl who just died. So he has only a little bit of time left to show it to someone. He just fucking goes to sleep. He's like, "I need a good night's sleep." And so while he's sleeping, she's like, "I'm gonna save him." And she opens the laptop and
Oh yeah, and they put the tape on
they put it on a
it's
QuickTime file.
And now, like, you know how the interesting part of the end of the raid is like they had to make a physical copy of it. They just when they make a copy of it, they
Right
just
click, copy.
and then there's a new file of tape, and it just works now. That's just how it works. They just right-click, copy, you're saved. But get this, George. Get this. I'm standing up now.
This is Ryan's favorite part.
When she makes a copy of the file, the file is larger than it was
like
before.
they try and copy
And
hers.
John Galecki looks at the file and he's like, there's individual video files in the stills of this video. What the fuck does that mean? There's videos in the video? There's new... What the hell does that even mean, George?
So there's new.
Yeah, there's a new set of footage that, because they watch it back and because they try and copy it, and he's like, oh, your file won't copy, what'd you do? And she's like, I didn't do anything. He's like, the file size is bigger than the other one, so now it won't copy? And it's like, what does that mean? Is her computer full? I don't know. But... So then she watches the little segment because they watch it back and there's like a blip and they're like, wait, what was that? And then they stop it and they're like, oh my god, there's footage inside that blip. And so it's a whole new set of clues for her to decode and figure out. And
A whole new story, and she only has 1 week to figure it out. Or not, I don't know.
Ryan, sit down.
I'm gonna sit down right now. So yeah, now they have this new story of they have to go to this town and find out what this new footage means, and it's the story about Samara's father, and I like that idea about it. It's kind of like the origin of like why she was born so evil, and I think learning that is like fine enough if you're a huge fan of the Rings series. I mean, it's not good. I'm just like it's interesting. It's funny. There's a lot of funny stuff.
My favorite part is there's this character that you're introduced to along this journey. He's a blind man, and they are at the cemetery. I don't remember why. I can't be. There was a grave that they were looking for.
Samara was apparently buried at this cemetery.
Oh,
even though it's in a different town than when she was killed in the first movie, they moved her to this new town for some reason. That's part of the mystery.
And so then this guy with this dog is like, well, I know who you're looking for. Come with me. And then they go to this house, and this blind guy comes out, and he's like, yeah, I watch over things around here. And I was like, excuse me? And he's like, oh, so to speak.
All right.
That was my favorite part.
So this movie's not good.
Yeah, and then basically the whole thing with her and why there's this new footage is Samara's trying to get like reborn, and like we see that in the trailer.
It's in the trailer. Literally,
trailer.
the ending scene is in the trailer,
Exactly.
almost in full.
So, and like this whole thing of like, the trailer tells us like, oh, Samara's trying to be reborn, probably because like it's a new digital age, like that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's just explained in the last bit. There's this whole thing of like these marks on her hand that Samara gave her are all Braille, and people keep bringing that up again and again.
And they never fully say, because like John Galecki's like, the mark on your hand, it's Braille. I'm coming to find you.
And then
he doesn't
the blind...
just say, hey, it's Braille that says this.
And then the blind guy holds her hand for something. He's like, there's Braille on your hand. This girl, I mean,
And he's like, why do you have that symbol?
And then at the very end, the boyfriend's like, oh, I should probably translate this Braille that's on your hand. And she goes to take a shower. He just types in the Braille on his computer. He goes to a Braille
Finds a Braille
website.
decoding
And then
website.
it takes him forever because he's like, oh no. And it spells rebirth. And he's like, oh,
By the time it
Jesus.
says read Burr, he's still like,
What could this say? And then, you know, she starts coughing up the hair. She starts
peeling her skin
peeling her skin off. And then she just turns into Samara. And then at that exact same time, the dude's computer starts flipping out. And Samara chain emails every single person that they know on an email the video file of The Ring.
Okay.
And that's how the movie ends. Sorry to spoil that for you. I assumed that would happen in the beginning of the movie, that they would turn The Ring videotape into this fucking viral video.
That's how the trailer presented it,
Exactly.
too. It's like the main girl opens it as a chain email, and that's not what it is. That doesn't happen until the very end of the movie.
Exactly, and it's like these... it's like, it's supposed to be this modern take on The Ring, but there's nothing modern about it. The most modern thing is they right-click copy the tape. To survive, you should actually have to forward this to someone and show it to them, not fucking copy it.
My other favorite part of this movie is when the girl watches the video to save her boyfriend. She opens it, and she makes a very pointed decision to be like, oh wait, no, I gotta make this full screen. That made me laugh.
That's pretty good. All right.
So yeah, if you love The Ring, I think this is worth the watch just for the laughs and the disappointments. If you're looking for a good scary
silly.
movie, no.
I wonder why this thing exists.
This has been in the work for a very
It almost
very long time.
it almost feels like an obligation.
And you can definitely feel like in this movie,
Like I wonder if the rights to it were expiring because it feels like it.
there were 3 writers on this film, George.
Jesus.
And you could very much tell that this was like 2 concepts that they stitched together, because John Galecki just leaves halfway through the movie because they go to the town. And like I feel like that was like a story there, and the story of like find out who her dad is. That's a story, and then they just stitch these two stories together and ending with this vital thing that they probably felt obligated to do because like it's 2017 and it's just so awful, and like you could have easily made this at least interesting, but it's not even that. What the hell's coming out this month, George?
Sure.
What else do I have to look forward to that's not a shitty horror movie?
I do really want to find out if that. I have a hard. I don't get like this whole thing feels like an obligation. They kept pushing it and pushing it.
I think Paramount was saying they wanted to make Rain into the next Paranormal Activity.
I know, but they didn't try hard. They just kind of released it.
I mean, they didn't try hard with the Paranormal Activity series towards the end.
Sure, but they didn't try. I don't know. Whatever. That's January and the first day of February. Oh boy, it is Thursday when we're currently recording this. So that we usually record on Thursday, so we usually go watch a movie the day we record. Man, it seems like everyone's coming out for like everything came out like for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So John Wick Chapter 2 comes out, is one of the films coming out. You guys haven't seen John Wick.
No, I haven't.
I saw John Wick, but I was in a really grumpy mood, and I was half paying attention to it, and I walked out being like, that was alright, I guess. Because everyone fucking loves John Wick, like crazy. John Wick is fucking, I don't even know.
This is how modern action films should be. That was
sure, yeah. It is like better than like most of those classic action movies. So I don't know. I want to rewatch John Wick before I go watch this one. I do want to watch it because I feel like I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I don't know. Do you guys have any interest in John Wick at all?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Not really.
You're not big on action movies, are you?
It
You like Kingsman?
Kingsman's good. It has to have an action movie for me to be interested. It has to have like its like own unique premise. John Wick just looks like a guy.
Yeah, he is. He is just a guy.
And
He's
like,
the guy you don't fuck with.
And like I admire that. It's just
there are moments.
I don't
It's
know.
a very pretty. John Wick 1 was a very pretty movie. I do remember that. It also has. I don't know. It's like it's an action. Like he's the guy you don't fuck with. Like the whole movie's about like they kill his dog, and then the guy who killed his dog is like, hey boss, I killed that guy. He's like, who the fuck do you? He's gonna come over here. He's gonna fucking kill us so hard, and that's the whole movie.
You ever hear John Wick? His new movie's in theaters February 14th.
Yeah, he's the guy you call.
He's crazy. He was gonna retire, but I guess he's not now.
No. Like it's that stupid. Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of John Wick shit that I like that's stupid as fuck, but I don't know. I want to watch the movie to see like. There's moments in it that I like. That are like that's goofy as shit. Okay, cool guy. But yeah, he's the guy you call to kill the boogeyman is what they call him. Whatever.
He's who will kill the Bye-Bye Man.
Oh no!
All right.
It's back.
But the big one, this movie's gonna fucking bomb Universal. But man, 50 Shades Darker comes out. Here we go.
Oh man, the sexiness is back. They're taking off their panties.
Yes.
They're touching
So-
each other in elevators. Oh, it's so steamy hot.
So the first 50 Shades of Grey, obviously there was a lot of
Controversy.
I wouldn't say controversy. No
Not
one cared.
controversy.
That's the thing. There was a lot of hype behind it. Like, this thing's going to probably make big numbers. And it had a great opening weekend, but it tapered off real quick because it's not very sexy. It's not very bad. It's just kind of there. And I remember, who the fuck was the director? I can't think of the director right now. But that director directed Nowhere Boy, which is the John Lennon movie. That's kind of a sexy movie. That's an all right movie. And my whole thing with the 50 Shades thing was like, listen, I'm down for a good sex movie. That's fine. But this fucking author won't let go creative control and realize that she's a fucking terrible writer. She's awful. And that's why it's not the same director. Because she's all like, I couldn't do anything. I want to do this really cool sex movie. And nothing happened. And so for this movie, new director, it's the writer's husband for this one. So I'm like, ooh, this is gonna be, I can't wait. This is gonna be a disaster. Now this thing is sitting at a 15% on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
I think it dropped lower.
Did it?
I'm pretty sure it did.
Man, I'm excited. This is gonna bomb. This is gonna look real bad.
Because I know the hype around the first one was
immense. There was a lot of hype.
A lot of people talking about it. All the ladies were.
The soundtrack
so
was
excited.
great.
The soundtrack for this one not as great.
Oh no, that song is not good.
What do you mean? You don't like Zayn and Taylor Swift?
Not together or separately.
But here's the thing. Like, the first 50 Shades of Grey for me is a guilty pleasure. I actively enjoy watching it. I saw it twice. In the movie.
8? It's at 8? Oh.
Shit.
And I remember the first one was
It's like at a 40. It's not.
it's like 30-40.
Yeah, it's not like 8%.
Man, that's a drop.
That's like a Carrie movie.
I genuinely, I hope this is. I wanted the first one to be
I
like
cannot wait till Freed, the third one, comes out because that's.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think this.
it's gonna
I think
happen.
this is how catastrophic this is. I don't think this is happening.
That's what we said about so many other movies, George.
No, I don't think we've put a big bet. Like, there was Warcraft. We knew that was gonna bomb. Assassin's Creed, we're like, that's probably not gonna do great.
I'm just saying there's a lot of movies that, like, the first one was successful enough, and then the second one's bad, but it still gets the third one.
Well, I would say that, but the Divergent series isn't finishing because they got so bad. Like, we gotta let go.
Yeah, but they're still trying to do, like, TV stuff.
Yeah, I know, but that was in the middle of, like, it's over.
I want to watch those movies really bad.
Do you?
I am morbidly curious.
I'm not. It looks so blah.
I've seen the second one.
But, Carrie, come on. All right.
But yeah, like
Next week, I'm going to have a full analysis of
Here's the
all of them.
Here's the thing. All right. So 50 Shades, I wanted the first one to be like a Showgirls bad. Like, I wanted it to be this cheesy, campy, sex bad thing.
There's a chance that this one could be that.
Exactly. This is why I'm fucking excited. I can't fucking wait. Oh, I'm really excited. All right. Next thing, Lego Batman. We're watching that.
Yeah, I'm excited.
So, I had no expectation. I actually thought this movie was gonna suck for some reason, and then I saw the trailer. Like, oh, this looks great. I don't know. I just don't like Will Arnett as Batman. I think that's why.
Really, I think that's a good choice because I mean
It's goofy.
He's goofy.
I guess, but
What I'm excited about this movie is Batman. Like all the Batman movies take it so seriously.
Yeah, and all of the
this-
Batman movies we've gotten recently have not been.
sure, it's it.
But this is like just crazy.
Sure,
enough.
like-
And plus it has everything in it. It has Robin, it has Joker, it has Batgirl, it has everything in it, and they're all crazy weird,
Like,
and
it's-
cartoony.
yeah, it's weird.
And I like that.
It's like somehow this movie is like sort of a fresh and interesting character study on Batman.
Yeah, especially since that I love that one trailer where like it kind of makes it like everything from every other movie is like canon for this Batman.
Yeah.
So it's like that's amazing. This Batman's been through a lot of stuff. That's great.
This isn't written by Lord and Miller.
They
is it?
produced it. No.
Okay.
I believe the people who wrote it and the guy who's directing it is they're known for some good stuff. I don't know off the top of my head, but they've done stuff before.
Chris McKay.
I think it's
I've seen that name.
I think it's a Robot Chicken guy who either wrote or directed it. Which I mean, for this that makes sense.
Yeah,
They do nothing but parodies, and I think dialing down the stupid grossness that is Robot Chicken a lot.
How long was Lego Movie?
2014.
That was 3 years ago?
Yeah, man. They've
What
been working on this.
fuck
forever.
are you talking about? What is time?
Exactly,
Yeah,
man.
because that was
You
still,
were in the dorms at that point.
Yeah, I was gonna
What
say
was
that
it?
was still when we were going to Exarban to see movies.
Yeah, I remember when we were going to see the Lego movie, we were like, this is going to be awful.
Yeah.
A Lego movie?
Yeah, we did
And then, like,
think.
we looked up and it was like, oh!
That was really good.
Whoa!
That was such a fun time.
That was a good
Yeah, we
I
did.
love
Yeah,
that
that's right.
movie.
We all walked in like, this is going to be garbage. And then,
Fucking
And then we
Lego
all walked out
was
like,
so
I'm
bad.
crying a little bit. Because I don't think this movie is going to have that same like
No.
aspect of like surreal, like, oh, inspire creativity in people. I think it is just going to
it's
be fun.
Yeah.
It's not
And
gonna
you know
be
what?
as
I'm
thought provoking.
And you know what? I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I want a good Batman.
I want to
movie for
relax,
once.
okay?
And like, as much as I like Batman Begins: The Dark Knight, I would like a fun Batman movie too.
All right.
I'm excited.
The Great Wall comes
Yeah.
out.
Great wall, great wall, great
I'm
wall.
so
I
great
have
wall.
nothing for this film.
Willem Dafoe is in this movie. It's
That's
gonna be
true.
great.
That's true. That's true.
I'm so fucking pumped for this.
So the Great Wall. Can someone give me? I don't even care enough to know the synopsis of this film. What is this film about?
Can't read it for me.
European mercenaries searching for black powder become embroiled in the defense of the Great Wall of China against a horde of monstrous creatures.
What is China holding back with the walls? It's not the Mongols. It's demons.
It's kind of
Someone call Matt Damon!
It's kind of historically insulting at that point. It's like Jesus.
But like, what's funny about this is I remember reading that this is co-produced by a Chinese film company.
Yeah, I know.
And they wanted
Yeah.
Matt Damon just because they knew it would appeal to stupid Americans.
Like I think this, like yeah,
It's working.
And you know what? I kind of want to see this thing.
well, yeah, it's all it's interesting because I want to see how because everything now like Hollywood it doesn't make they don't make the moves anymore. It's like what does China want? We'll make that okay because they're the market
And
now.
China wants Matt
They
Damon.
want,
they
like-
love the
they want, like, the
love
independent-
Martian. They
they-
love the good 10 minutes of Interstellar. They are hot and ready.
Like what can we sell to Americans and make kind of sell to the Chinese audience? Well, like what if we made like Independence Day, but the only thing that Americans like know of anything significant of China is the Great
Great
Wall.
Wall of China.
So let's do that. That's sure, the Great Wall. No, whatever. I don't know.
Man.
I think this movie's just gonna be bad. I don't think it's gonna be enjoyable.
I think it's gonna be brilliant.
It's gonna be awesome.
I think it's
It's
be
gonna be
bad
brilliantly
time.
terrible.
I think it's gonna be a bad time. All right. Oh yeah, I keep seeing posters for this movie, A Cure for Wellness. I know nothing.
It's made by the
It's Gore Verbinski. It's the
Oh, it's the
original
Ring
Ring
guy.
guy.
It's Ring guy.
This
I'm
is
so
his
fucking
return.
excited.
His
So what is
return to
this?
horror.
Can you please tell me? I have no idea. I've seen the posters. That's it.
Dean DeHaan
Yeah.
is like this writer or journalist or
Young,
something.
ambitious, ambitious young executive.
Executive, and he goes to this
Good.
facility for it's
It's
like
a wellness center.
wellness center where some weird stuff has been going on. I think he's looking for someone, from what I understand.
Retrieve the company's CEO
oh yeah,
from
yes.
the idyllic but mysterious wellness center.
Exactly, and he goes to this place and he's like, "Hey, I'm looking for this person," and they're like, we can't do that." And then he tries to leave, but then like he gets in a car wreck, I believe, and then he has to stay for a bit, and then some crazy
It just-
Jacob's Ladder looking shit starts
Yeah.
happening. And you know what? From what I've seen of like
need
earlier
to watch the
reviews,
trailer
it's
for
not.
Yeah, it's like it's sitting at like a 33 or something right now.
Which for a horror movie,
Well,
that's
I-
kind of good.
I mean, from what
70
I've
is
looked at,
usually good for a horror
what
movie.
I've looked at from reviews, they're like it runs on a little long and there's too much visual excess. And as soon as I saw visual excess, I was like,
Yeah.
hell yeah, that's for me.
Gore Verbinski just fucking. What else did Gore Verbinski make after the?
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Right.
Oh yeah, he did almost all of those.
He didn't do the third one. I was just looking at this because there was a really good trailer for this during the Super Bowl, which I'm surprised you guys didn't watch. What the fuck? Where I didn't even notice that it was the trailer for this, where it played it off as a. Do you experience symptoms of this? Try a cure for wellness. And then it go. Side effects may include itch, rash, hypnosis. And then it just devolves. And I was watching it with my friend's family, and his mom was like, "Oh my god!"
I thought it was legit a thing.
And then I was like, "A cure for wellness." It was a great. It was a great.
I would've
trailer.
loved
I would
it if the
suggest
Cure
looking
for
that up.
Wellness-
It's really funny.
I would have loved it though. Cure for Wellness trailer kind of merged into the next Pirates of the Caribbean trailer. Side effects may include hearing strange sounds. Get that out of here! Stop for my movie. I'm back. It's crazy that they made the Ring guy direct the Pirates of the Caribbean.
But,
That's incredible.
But because I'm a person who loves visually pleasing movies.
I like
and
them
just
too.
from the-
Yeah.
Just from the trailers, like it's like a. The
I like the
colors-
poster.
The color, the poster's really cool. It looks like a perfume ad.
Yeah.
But the color of the movie is like an olive and coral tone, and it's just
Yes.
all really. It looks like a hospital, obviously, and it's got that like tone of. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it just looks really good. It looks,
I need to watch the trailer for this thing.
Like my favorite part of the Ring is the aesthetics.
yeah.
And so I want to see this movie for the aesthetics.
Let's be shallow.
Let's be shallow.
I'm so excited. I'm pumped as fuck. for
I'm
that
so
movie.
interested in this, yeah. And another movie we're interested in.
oh,
is
XX comes out
XX.
this. All right, that's next week, huh?
4 short films, 4 female directors. What could they be about? I don't know.
So
I
yes,
don't want
and
to know.
it's an anthology film. We're pretty. I feel like biased or like we're.
Yeah,
It's,
we like
Extremely
those
biased.
films.
Against
to
anthology
movies,
horror.
especially anthology horror
Yeah,
movies, especially women-driven anthology horror movies.
yeah, it sounds
This
dope.
is
Movie was
us.
made for this podcast.
It sounds dope as fuck. I'm excited to watch
It's
it.
gonna be so good.
Yeah, that's really. I haven't watched. I saw the trailer. Like, okay, cool. I'm good. I want to go in
That's
completely
another-
fresh.
yeah,
I saw that you posted the trailer. I didn't watch the trailer at all. I was like, whoop, whoop, whoop. I'm
Sounds
excited.
dope. I'm excited. So yeah. Oh, Get Out comes out.
I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah.
for this too.
Is the reviews for that up? Because I thought I
It's
saw some
doing
pretty.
There are
Good.
16,
Yeah, like, I thought I saw
there are
a
16
doing good.
reviews and they're all
It's
very
got
positive.
100% right now.
Yeah, I
from
thought
what
like
I saw.
Is this who is this? Is this
It's Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele?
Peele,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
of the hit comedy group Peel and Friends.
Yep, that's
And
it.
Keanu.
And Keanu
It's not a bad
Reeves.
movie.
I never saw that. I kinda
It's not
liked
bad.
It.
I don't think it deserved. It
I
definitely
feel
did not.
like I need to watch John Wick and then I can get.
It did not
Keanu.
deserve to. Did not deserve to bomb.
I need the background story.
I feel really. I hope this goes well because man, I don't understand how Keanu bombed so bad.
I think
That's one of the biggest. Like
I
that
think this will
bombed.
do well because this looks like
It looks
super
fun.
interesting
It looks like
and just
It
crazy.
looks like it's weird. It's weird and horror movie enough that it'll pull in like general horror movie audiences, but then it's like also getting these good reviews. So it's like, what is going on?
It's like
here?
a
I need to know.
Stepford Wives. It's what it gives me the vibe. It's like the Stepford
That's
Wives sort of
exactly
vibes.
right. Mhm.
Like
Oh, I love
everything
that
is
movie.
good, everything is great, there's nothing wrong, everything's fine,
Mhm.
and it's sort of very. I don't know. I'm excited.
It looks bananas.
It looks like it's exactly like it's trying some shit and like okay.
It's like this is what horror movies should try more of. Some more.
But
just,
it's
like,
also weird coming from
interestingness.
Jordan Peele.
Which like maybe that's a good thing.
Oh yeah, sure. Like a
Maybe,
really
maybe you should
outsider.
get, like, yeah, just as outsider to try to like have their take on this, and I think that's another reason why I'm super. What if it takes a turn and it's just a comedy?
No.
That's an idea I have. But then like, what if it's just horrifyingly scary? That's also awesome. No matter what, I'm into this.
I'm excited.
I'm into this.
Yeah. February looks all right.
It's a lot better than what we went through
Yeah.
before.
I don't think I genuinely liked a single movie from
No, I don't.
I didn't.
None of
These are
them
the
I was
ones
like.
that I saw.
Yeah, nothing was. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, it was.
I mean,
It was.
January is like that kind of month.
They've
yeah,
been.
exactly.
I mean, we didn't see the Underworld movie. So. No, yeah, January was like a classic January. We got a Resident Evil movie in there. We got an Underworld movie. We got a shitty horror movie that no one's gonna remember. This serves as the
Excuse me.
darkness. Well, when was the darkness?
That
Was
That was in the summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For some reason,
Last-
that's-
Last January
For the
was
Forest.
the boy,
Forest and the
Forest, and
The Fifth Wave. Who
the
could forget?
Fifth Wave.
and
yeah.
and in Rings, the boyfriend is the guy from the Fifth Wave who is an alien.
No.
Oh wow, the podcast is over. That's all we gotta talk about.
Oh, man. Oh, jeez.
So go on Amazon right now. When I bought this book, there were only 16 left. They're going quick. The rebranded as The Bye Bye Man and Other Strange But True Tales by Robert Damon Schnack.
You can learn how bitter Schnack is about
Now
how
a terrifying motion picture.
terrified for a lot of reasons.
And you can learn about the history of Ouija boards and the most important man in the history of Ouija.
Mr. Ouija himself. All right. Well, I guess then that'll be a podcast. I'm excited I'm excited for movies this month.
Yeah,
It's
February's
good.
gonna be fun.
I
I
think
don't know.
so.
I'm mostly looking forward to March. There's a lot of stuff in March.
I was gonna ask.
haven't even looked
I was
at
gonna
March.
ask what's in March. We're like, that's not how this podcast works.
Exactly. Anyways, next month I'll have a lot of stuff to say about March because that is
Ryan's-
an exciting month.
There's something big in March, right? That I can think of the top of my head. There's something
is it?
big. Is it?
Logan?
Oh.
Oh, hell
Ryan, that comes
yeah.
out the same day as Zelda, though. Well, I guess it comes out the day before. We wouldn't have it at that
Exactly.
point. Okay. All right. Well, for movies are real. I'm George.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Carrie.
Have a wonderful day.
And happy birthday.
Bye,
Happy
bye.
birthday.
Bye bye, man.
Oh no!